Nassau County Sheriff's Office.
There's a cul-de-sac off of Oyler Road. I believe I've seen a dead person laying there.
He was going on dates.
Yes, on bicycle.
At 3:15, we observed a white mid-size. We attempt to zoom in to get a description of the driver and the license. We're not able to make out a specific make and model.
A black male is seen standing behind Johnny with the white SUV parked just behind him.
Be a residential area that never really got developed. So there were no cameras or anything in the immediate scene.
Nassau County Sheriff's Office.
There's a cul-de-sac off of Oyler Road. I believe I've seen a dead person laying there.
Okay.
Their face looks all beat up, and they're laying there on their back. I'm pretty sure it's a human. I can get out to look. It was freaking me out a little bit.
All right. We'll get a deputy to meet you there, okay?
Thank you, man.
It took 20 to 30 minutes to get to the scene. It was in a remote area, so it was clearly a dump job. It was in a dead end of what was going to be a residential area that never really got developed. So there were no cameras or anything in the immediate scene.
Confirming he'd been dead for several hours before being found.
So we knew that he had been expired for at least a few hours.
The victim had a gunshot wound above his right eye. His face was battered, teeth knocked out. His pockets were inside out, and loose change was left scattered nearby. A clear sign of robbery.
We looked for a cell phone and a wallet and could not find one.
There was a debit card lying near the body, which allowed us to quickly identify the victim.
The name on the ATM card, Johnny Soaks. Investigators ran it through the system, confirming the victim's identity.
Our next move was to make contact with Mr. Soakes' family.
Johnny's home was located just 6 miles from the crime scene, far too close for it to be a coincidence.
They told me that my uncle had been murdered.
Do you know anyone who would want to hurt Johnny? Investigators asked, hoping for a lead. But the family had no answers. Johnny had no known enemies. Was he in a relationship? They asked.
I immediately told them about the dating app and the social media accounts.
Johnny had been using dating apps, hoping to find a meaningful relationship. Johnny's mother said that when they woke up, his bedroom door was open and the front door was unlocked. His car, however, was still at the house.
Johnny's last transaction, which was a withdrawal from an ATM, about 10 minutes away from Johnny's house, that was made at 3:25 a.m. on the morning Johnny was killed.
Investigators canvassed the neighborhood, searching nearby homes for any security cameras that might have captured Johnny's final moments.
We made contact with that resident. At 3:15, we observed a white mid-sized SUV traveling towards Johnny Soakes' house.
They zoomed in on the license plate and the driver and by name, driver, hoping for a clear ID, but the footage was too distorted to reveal either.
We're not able to make out a specific make and model. We can just get the color of the vehicle and that it was a white SUV.
Investigators turned to traffic cameras, searching for any trace of the white SUV, hoping to track its route and uncover who was behind the wheel.
Located that vehicle at an apartment complex, followed that vehicle from the apartment complex to the airport, and then made an investigative stop. I received the footage from Wells Fargo of Mr. Soakes' transaction. We see Johnny standing at the ATM holding his phone and his wallet. He's wearing a red shirt, the same red shirt that we found him in at the crime scene.
In the background of the footage, the same white SUV appears, quietly confirming it was there the night Johnny disappeared. In the video, a black man is seen standing behind Johnny, adding a new layer of mystery to the case.
We want to track where this vehicle came from, to look for other video where we could get a visual
of the driver of the vehicle.
So at this point, we've established Johnny was picked up at his residence. He had made the withdrawal at the ATM, and then we established the crime scene where Johnny's body was located.
A nearby surveillance camera captured the street facing the ATM, giving investigators a wider view of Johnny's final moments. The footage shows the same white SUV driving down the road, confirming its movement near the ATM around the time of Johnny's withdrawal.
Once he leaves the ATM, we need to see which route he took to get to Linda Court.
At 3:27 a.m., the Food Mart on Dawes Road captures the white Lincoln Aviator traveling southwest, which is about a mile from the ATM.
We were unable to get a tag number off of the white Lincoln Aviator.
At 3:31, we observed the white Lincoln Aviator pass in front of Pete's Place, which is about 1.5 miles from Dawes Food Mart. The vehicle was traveling southwest toward Linda's Court, where Johnny's body was found.
Investigators received Johnny's autopsy report. It would reveal the full extent of the violence he endured.
There was a .44 Magnum projectile retrieved from his jaw. He was also beaten so badly his dental bridge broke.
Johnny's phone pinged as it traveled toward the ATM, then followed the same path as the white SUV to the crime scene. At 3:38 a.m., it pinged at Linda Court, the very spot where his body was found 8 hours later.
Johnny Soki's phone was powered off at 4:20 around Carroll Plantation and Old Pascagoula Road, which is about 10 to 15 miles from Linda Court, where Johnny Soki's body was discovered.
Investigators believe this location is where the suspect may have gone after committing the crime, possibly to hide evidence or lay low. Investigators zeroed in on the exact location of Johnny's final phone ping. On October 29th, they searched the area near Old Pascagoula and Carroll Plantation Road.
When I observed a white Lincoln Aviator parked outside some apartments.
Investigators observed a black male and a woman get into the Lincoln and drive away along Old Pascagoula Road.
I stayed at the apartment. Other investigators were able to catch up with the vehicle on Old Pascagoula Road.
Investigators ran the Aviator's license plate. It was registered to Kenzie Fisher, the woman inside the vehicle. Further digging revealed her connection to a black male named Sabrante Rhodes, who was quickly identified as the driver under surveillance.
So as I'm observing the apartment complex, the white Lincoln Aviator returns. Minutes later, a car pulls up next to the Lincoln Aviator.
White male gets out of the car, goes over to the vehicle, gets into the passenger side of the Aviator.
The white Lincoln Aviator drives out of the apartment block. They're then observed traveling just down the street to a business complex where they park in front of a business.
So we conducted a traffic stop on that vehicle.
The investigators moved in and arrested both of them. Another unit moved in and arrested the female passenger from the convenience store, ensuring all potential witnesses or suspects were secured.
We interviewed the passenger of the white Lincoln Aviator, Connor Moretti.
We asked Connor Moretti who Sabrante Rhodes was to him and how we knew him.
It's the first time I met him. I don't even know his name.
Did you message him or he messaged you?
I messaged him this morning.
Interesting to see this guy had met Sabrante Rhodes on a dating app just like Johnny Sokies did. We asked Connor Moretti if he knew Johnny Sokies.
Does that guy look familiar to you at all?
He messaged me one time, but I didn't respond.
He's from Venezuela.
I don't know his name. I just know
Will
he
you still be in your phone?
No, because
How do you know he messaged you?
I remember that face. That's just one of those faces you'll recognize.
You never messaged him back?
Nothing tight.
After a search of Connor Moretti's cell phone, We observed there was no communication between him and Johnny Sokeys on the night of the murder.
This gentleman had no involvement in the murder of Johnny Sokeys.
So we was able to mark him off the suspect list.
Investigators turned their focus to Sabrante's girlfriend, Kenzie Fisher.
We asked her where she was on the night of October 24th. She said she was home at her apartment.
What time do you go to sleep that night?
9:30.
Okay.
I have trouble sleeping. If he's not in the bed with me, I usually wake up.
She woken up around 2 a.m. and realized Sabrante was gone.
You get up at 2:02 Friday morning. So you got up, okay, you look around, truck's gone.
She texted him at the time to see where he was.
He was on my way. It's at 2:21.
Some time lapsed, and he was still out. At 3:53 a.m., she texted Sabrante again.
So you sent this message at 3:53. He's not home.
I asked her if she suspected him of messing around outside their relationship.
I do.
What's your suspicions on that?
Having different females
Why do you think that?
because he disappears in the middle of the night.
I asked her if Sabrante was seeing men outside of their relationship.
I've never.
Never suspected him of being like that. Never given you any inclinations that he would be sexually attracted to another male.
Okay.
She was quite surprised. So I showed her the surveillance footage from the ATM.
Just tell us if you recognize the person in the picture, what his name is.
It looks like Sabrante, but I can't make it out.
Yeah. See the vehicle?
Yeah, I do see the vehicle, and that does look like my vehicle.
I felt that she was upfront about her story and where she was that night. She showed us the messages that she was sending Sabrante that night, asking his whereabouts. So that confirmed her alibi. Her messages also confirmed that Sabrante Rhodes was not home on the night of the murder. Later that day, I interviewed Sabrante Rhodes. I confronted Sabrante about these dating apps. At first, he was standoffish.
Are you bisexual?
Honestly, I'm not bisexual. I have been. Yes, I'm bisexual.
Okay.
So I asked Sabrante Rhodes if he met someone by the name of Johnny on the dating app.
I met him on the chat site.
John who?
I don't know his last name. Hispanic dude.
So Sabrante told us that he had picked Johnny up from his house.
Where'd you meet him at?
I met him at his house.
Okay. Did you take him anywhere?
I took him to the ATM machine.
What ATM did I go to?
On Shilling, Fargo.
Wells Fargo?
I took him right back home. I wasn't gone away from my girl. No time.
So I asked Sabrante the route that they had taken.
When I went home, I went back up airport and all the way up Shilling.
All the way down Sheldon. You didn't go nowhere else?
Nowhere else.
You should have been back home around 3:30, you saying?
Yeah.
We knew that Sabrante was not telling the truth because we had got video surveillance from Johnny's neighbor that shows Sabrante picking Johnny up but never bringing Johnny back home. So we confronted him with that.
Let me tell you this, okay? We've got you on video going to get Johnny. Got you on video at the ATM with Johnny. Got you on the video leaving the ATM with Johnny. Y'all didn't go directly back home. Y'all went down Dawes Road.
No.
I've got you on video. We've got you on video.
I ain't killed nobody, man. I swear.
Did Johnny kill himself? Let me ask you, did Johnny kill himself?
I did not kill nobody, man. I did not take that man nowhere. Oh, God, no, I want a lawyer, man.
So Sabrante Rhodes at that point asked for a lawyer, and then we ceased the interview.
At which point our office did approve a murder charge for Sabrante Rhodes.
The investigators called me and told me that they found a suspect, the suspect that was driving the car that night.
It was a sigh of relief to know that this individual was off the streets, but there's still a lot of work to do. We knew Johnny died from a single gunshot wound to the head from the .44 Magnum.
You'd have the murder weapon, you'd have anything that caused the death. We didn't have a murder weapon in this, and he's communicating via email with his girlfriend. He starts talking about the gun that was used in Johnny's murder and saying that it is in the possession of someone else. I swear I didn't kill this man. When I left him, he was alive. I bet if they run the gun from that 20-year-old kid that did the shooting at Exxon Mobil in Theodore gas station the other day, it'd be a match. I don't run with this kid, but I seriously think he killed the man I'm charged with killing.
Investigators confirmed that they were not the killers. The main suspect remained Sabrante Rhodes. Investigators began looking into the man Sabrante mentioned in his jailhouse email, hoping to verify his claims and determine if someone else was truly involved in Johnny's murder.
Cameron Sullivan for an armed assault at an Exxon gas station.
I contacted the case agent working the case, and he gave me the details and told me that they collected a .44 Magnum from the shooting.
The gun was then sent to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences and tested against the bullet that was recovered from Johnny Sokies. It turned out that it was a match, and that was the gun that was used to kill Johnny Sokies.
Detectives sat down with Cameron Sullivan to ask about the .44 Magnum. He explained that he had bought the gun for just $100 on October 26th, the day after Johnny's murder. Sullivan said the weapon came directly from Sabrante Rhodes, a man he admitted he knew personally.
Cameron Sullivan told us that he was an associate to Sabrante. We was able to ascertain a phone communication between Cameron Sullivan and Sabrante. Cell phone analysis of Cameron Sullivan's phone showed that he was out of state on the morning of the murder, and so we knew he was not the one that killed Johnny Sokies.
Detectives determined that Sullivan had no involvement in Johnny's murder, and he was not charged in connection with the crime.
Sabrante Rhodes is trying to evade responsibility for Johnny's death. He clearly knows what happened. He's talking about the gun that was used in the murder, but now he's trying to put the gun and the shooting of Johnny on someone else.
Sabrante Rhodes' murder trial begins on May 15th, 2023.
Sabrante killed Johnny Sokies for no reason at all.
On May 17th, 2023, the jury found Sabrante Rhodes guilty of intentional murder. The judge sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. For investigators, the verdict brought a sense of relief, not only in securing justice for Johnny, but also in knowing the community was safe from Rhodes ever offending again.
The Mobile man who murdered a man he met on the social app Grindr has been sentenced to life in prison. Sabrante Rhodes was found guilty of murder for the 2019 fatal shooting of Johnny Sokies. That was in May of 2023. Mobile County Sheriff's Office says Rhodes arranged to meet Johnny Sokies through the dating app, robbed him, shot him in the head, leaving his body near a storm drain at the end of a deserted cul-de-sac off Euler Road. Investigators say he targeted the gay community using the app and was arrested in an adult store with another man that he just met on the app. In a Facebook post today, Mobile District Attorney Keith Blackwood said, quote, Sabrante Rhodes is heading right where he belongs, behind bars, for the rest of his life.